In this video, we are going to talk about the 4 winning mindsets that I have seen over the years in men that win time and time again. So the first one is what I call the grateful but not satisfied mindset. Over the years, men that win, I have found they're extremely grateful for where they are and what they have. There is a deep sense of gratitude and thankfulness that they carry with them everywhere they go, all the time, every morning they wake up, every night when they go to bed. And at the same time, while they are incredibly grateful for where they're at, they're not satisfied. So they're able to sit in this really cool place of, I'm super thankful and grateful for where I am right now, but I know that there's so much more I can accomplish and so much more I want to accomplish. And what propels them forward is not a sense of like, oh, well, I'm just gonna get mine while the getting's good. Or it's not a sense of greed, it's not a sense of pride, it's just a sense of drive inside of them. And what drives them is the gratitude that is already inside of them. The second mindset that I have found consistent in men that win over the years is that they are future focused and not stuck in the past. There's lots of guys that I've talked to, and when it comes to why they're not winning now, all they do is tell you stories of their past, right? So it's like, oh, well, this happened to me 5 years ago. This happened 10 years ago, or blah, 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 blah. They just keep reminding themselves and others of stories from the past and the things that happened to them in the past were ultimately the reasons why they're not successful now. But in men that win over and over and over again, I've noticed they talk about how the past has inspired them or equipped them or transformed them. Whether things that happened to them were good or bad, it doesn't matter. They're focused on the future and they're not worried so much about the excuses of the past or their stories of the past. They're telling you where they are going and not where they've been. The third mindset that I have found consistent over the years of men that win all the time is they have a different take on the saying, work smarter, not harder. Any guy that I've ever known that is wildly successful and all he does is win and win and win, he doesn't think about working smarter, not harder. He thinks about working smarter and harder. And on the flip side of the coin, guys that I have seen just stay stuck for years and decades, they're always trying to think, how do I work smarter? And what they're really trying to say is, how can I be lazy and game the system? And how can I acquire more knowledge, AKA get smarter, while not trying to work very hard? And they spend years of their lives acquiring all this knowledge about how to work smarter, but they never actually put anything into practice and work hard. While the guys that are winning, they're working smarter and harder. They're getting more knowledge and they're putting it into practice and outworking those guys who aren't winning. The last thing that I have noticed in guys that win all the time is they leverage accountability. Guys that don't win, men that do not win and do not move forward and thrive in life, they subscribe to this lone wolf, I'm gonna figure it out on my own kind of mindset. While on the other side, guys that I see, men that I see just stacking wins all the time, successful in business, successful in their marriage, successful in life, all of it, they leverage accountability. They are constantly surrounding themselves with other men or coaches that are gonna listen to what they say they're gonna do, and then they're gonna follow up and hold that dude accountable on whether or not he did it. And if he didn't, or he failed in trying to do something, they're gonna ask him why. Why did that happen? How can we learn from this? And from that accountability, they're gonna make a pivot and move forward, and eventually they're gonna win. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure which mindset you need to adopt, but I know that when I look at men that are successful in those 4 areas and those 4 mindsets, I'm constantly trying to evaluate, how am I doing in those? Which one can I get better at? Because at the end of the day, guys that really win big, men that are successful in every area of their life, I don't care if it is their spiritual life, their marriage, business, whatever, they deploy these 4 mindsets. So my question is for you, which one do you need to adopt in your mind so that you can start to win even more?